guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my YouTube videos today. So today's topic comes from Carrie. So at the moment I'm doing a series of videos recommended by you guys of topics and things you want me to talk about. So I asked this over on my Instagram and on my Facebook Law of Attraction support group. So today's comes from Carrie, and we're going to be talking about all things self-worth. So I feel like so many different aspects can kind of trickle into self-worth, and I think I've never really done a really dedicated video on self-worth before, because I always integrate lots of different other facets in which complement self-worth. So I think it's interesting to talk about that and to also dive into this more of what is self-worth, how can we work on self-worth, why do we maybe not have great self-worth, and how you can really action that moving forward. So I hope this is really going to help you, Carrie. So self-worth I normally see on the same scale as self-love, self-care, self-confidence, self-esteem. So when I'm working with clients, I will normally check in on a scale of where they're rating their self-love, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem, and like self-love, self-care. So I can normally tell a lot from how my clients rank themselves with those different scores. And from that, I will then, so if someone comes to me and says, Emma, I think I've got self-worth issues, it's really about looking where that stems. So worthiness can mean so many different things, like worthy of love, worthy of abundance, worthy of success. It could be worthy of absolutely anything, worthy of your desires as such. So where the limiting belief or fear may be, which is stopping you from feeling worthy of the very things you want to manifest, or just everyday things, feeling worthy of love, or feeling worthy of money, or feeling worthy of success, career, whatever it may be, always stems down to a limiting belief or fear. At some point in your life, if you are resonating with this video like I have some work to do, there would have been someone or something that has taught you that you aren't worthy of something. Now, let me reassure you, every single human being born on this earth, every soul is worthy and deserving of absolutely everything this wonderful universe has to offer. So you are born worthy of amazing things. Every single person is. But through conditioning, through trauma, through limiting beliefs and fear, through our childhood, through society, through conditioning, through oppression, through a lot of different things that happen in the world, and not always great things, self-worth can be massively knocked for a lot of people. So please don't blame yourself for feeling not worthy of things, because it is our environment that teaches these things, or it is society, or it is just the not great things out there that teach us, like sexism, racism, all these things that teach people they are not worthy of something or don't feel equal to other people. So self-worth can absolutely be ancestral trauma that comes down, of course. It can also be situational things. So a situation happened in your life, or maybe your childhood, which taught you that maybe you weren't as worthy as other people of something. So there are so many ways this could come about, and there are so many different ways to tackle this as well. So self-worth is quite a big topic, because it really depends what we're looking at. Is it a lack of boundaries? Is it a lack of self-love? Is it a lack of confidence in yourself? And I really feel like the solar plexus is the main key factor chakra to work with here for self-worth, because our solar plexus is our power hub, it's our roar, it's our confidence, it's our queenship, and it's the top of your stomach, so right underneath your chest, underneath your heart chakra. So the solar plexus is a great chakra to work with if self-worth is a thing for you, because it helps you to really stand in your power more, reclaim your power, take your power back, and align that power so you are standing in your power to be able to make the best decisions for you, those self-loving, self-worthy decisions for you. Also, another great chakra is to also work with the Sacral Chakra, which is for women in their womb space, just below the solar plexus. So again, the Sacral Chakra is all about pleasure. It's about giving and receiving. It's about sexuality, creativity, pleasure. So a lot of our creativeness comes from there. So I feel like a lot of women especially will have a misalignment with their sacral chakra if they are having self-worth issues as well. So again, this definitely can apply to men and non-binary people, of course, but just giving that example there of those two I normally find are quite linked in self-worth. So definitely do some solar plexus and sacral chakra work. There are many amazing meditations here on YouTube that you can watch to help realign them, and that's not necessarily something you have to do really regularly. You can do it just every now and again, as and when you're feeling like I need to step into my power more. But really, it's again looking at, is it lack of boundaries? Is it reclaiming your power? Are you giving your power away? There are so many different aspects to self-worth. That's why I really like to break it down with my clients. So we look at self-love. So self-love and self-care is one of the main things I would do to work with someone who has self-worth issues, for example. And I think as well, like, decision making is really important, because if we're disempowering ourselves and giving our power away, this is why sometimes we have those self-worth issues, because we're feeling, oh, okay, I'm maybe not as worthy of that, so I'm not going to stand in my power. I'm not going to voice my truth. I'm not going to make that decision I know I probably need to make, because you're feeling disempowered. So really, like, mantras like I reclaim my power is a great one to repeat even daily, to be honest. Like, there are so many ways we give our power away in life, subtly, consciously or unconsciously. So definitely even just saying I reclaim my power on a daily basis is a great thing for any spiritual person to say, but great for self-worth as well. And even like I call back my power, I call back all the lost pieces of myself. Another great mantra to work with on the regular, to call back your power and bring back your energy to you. And I think it's important to identify where you don't feel worthy as well. You may already know this, it may be quite obvious to you. Maybe you need to do some journaling to explore that. So explore like why you do not feel worthy, like connect to your inner child. Your inner child is going to be in there and they are going to be saying, hi, this is why I don't feel worthy. So the secrets are definitely within the inner child. The secrets are within to why you do not feel worthy and when that story was first created. So definitely do some inner child work with this as well, because this is really going to help to identify what the block is, where it came about from, and how you can heal that moving forwards. Now, obviously, I would suggest working with someone in a safe environment to do that. But again, journaling will help you to uncover maybe where the work needs to be done. Maybe it's actually like reclaiming your power and having better boundaries. I think we could all do that sometimes, especially as light workers where we're so giving. So self-worth can definitely come to better boundaries. I find 80% of the time, better boundaries is always great with self-worth work. So are you making the most self-loving choices for yourself? Are you standing up for yourself? Are you listening to yourself, your truth and your intuition, or are you putting others first all the time? You know, give and receive, it's all about balance, but you have to be honoring yourself as well and love yourself enough to say no when you mean no, to love yourself enough to say I deserve better, to love yourself enough to say, do you know what? Nah, that doesn't align with me. I'm choosing what feels good to me. And sometimes it's the confidence to really say better sometimes, you know, like better treatment, or I deserve better, or I deserve the money that I'm trying to manifest but I don't feel worthy of. So I think it's about confidence as well. It's a self-confidence, and this is why I say there are so many different facets to self-worth. So I never just look at self-worth and like, right, that's what we're working on. It's like self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, chakras. How can we align all these things to help raise that self-worth? So what I tend to see quite commonly as well is people's self-worth score will be higher than their self-love score. Again, this is only on a small amount of my clients. If I had thousands of people that I could do data research on, obviously I would, but I'm comparing it by what I've done within my one-to-one sessions. And why I think that happens is because at the core of self-worth is self-love. Self-love is at the core of most things. So when you can really love yourself unconditionally and when you're working on self-love, you're automatically going to realign to that mindset of actually I do deserve better, or actually I know my worth. And worth is something chucked around the self-help industry a lot. And if you've read my book, Positively Wealthy, you'll know my thoughts on that. And I do talk about worth a heck of a lot in my book as well, and give you so many practical things to do to help align that worth as well. So do check that out if you haven't done so already. But worth is such an interesting one because it has to be in alignment. It can't be the worth of, well, so-and-so told me on YouTube that I should charge this, or this is my worth. No, you are the only person who can define what your worth is. Define what your worth is at the core of your essence. So at the core, we are all worthy and deserving, born worthy and deserving of amazing things. But equally, how we then embody that worth is down to us as individuals, and knowing what we will and won't tolerate, knowing what our loving boundaries are, knowing that that self-love is at the core, where we love ourselves unconditionally enough to be like, what feels good to me, what does not. So I would definitely look at boundary setting. I would definitely look at self-love. I would definitely look at the confidence side of things as well, of like, how is your confidence? And do you reclaim your power? Do you step into your power? Do you step into your spiritual queen power and be like, I am the creator of my life, therefore I have to have these boundaries. I have to love myself to this degree, like a good, great degree, to be able to embody this self-worth. So self-worth is very much an embodiment. It's very much an embodiment of self-love, self-esteem, and basically all of the selves. So it's very much inner job. It's very much a reflective inner job, which takes cognitive work, spiritual work, and also practical work as well. So looking at the limiting beliefs and fears, the cognitive side, chakras, and looking at your energy system for the spiritual side of things, and also the practical side, which is our boundary setting, our confidence, and our taking action. So then implementing the action and boundaries that you want to make. So I would look at all three aspects there and really integrate, like I said, confidence, self-love, self-care, because all these things tie in nicely with each other. And that's what I see. And that's what I work on with clients, is I tie it all in, because working on all of those things is going to help that person to raise those scores and to see those positive effects in all areas of self. So self-love, self-care, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth. So really, when you contribute to that and you are making like healthy and good decisions and boundaries and choices for yourself, the self-worth is going to be there. But one thing I will say, it takes balls sometimes. Like, it takes that confidence to up level and be like, right, I'm choosing differently now. And that's probably the biggest part of self-worth. You can do the cognitive, practical, and spiritual side of things, but actually taking that step to then say, right, universe, next level, let's go. You've got to have the balls sometimes to do that. We'll call it lady balls. You've got to have the lady balls to do that sometimes, because really, you know, that is the confidence side, about saying, right, I've done the work, I've put it in practice, and now next level, not going to choose that anymore. I know my worth. So that is like the physical side of this work, where then you shift the energy, because again, if you're always like giving the same reaction or the same response, you're always going to get the same outcome. Whereas when you change the response, or you change the situation, or, you know, your input into things of what you will and won't tolerate, or whatever the situation is, you create a different outcome, because your response and your input is different. So really, again, it's that confidence side of saying, what do you know you need to do, which you're not doing right now? So sit with that, journal upon that. What do you know you need to be doing, which you're not doing right now? And self-worth is a great vibration, because when you're standing in your queenship, when you're standing in your power, when you're standing in your spiritual queen self, you become a magnet for abundance in all forms, because you're emitting that energy of like, I know my worth, I know I've got good things coming to me, and I know that the universe has my back with this. So it's a great vibration to be in, and it's definitely something I think most people work on in their lifetime. So I hope some tips in this video have resonated with you, and I hope that you can go away and try these and implement lots of beautiful self-love and self-worth within your life. So I hope that answers your question, Carrie, and thank you for your topic suggestion as well. And as always, if you have a topic suggestion, or you want me to cover anything, or you have a question which you want me to cover in a video, please do comment it down below, because I am more than happy to create content that is gonna serve you guys. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a great week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next YouTube video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.